Good morning, and thank you for having me. So what we're seeing last month, there was a lot of uncertainty about how the Omicron virus would affect oil markets. Over the last month, we said that we didn't think that Omicron was going to have as severe impact on oil demand as earlier waves. But now, of course, we're seeing the cases exploding across the globe. But that said, oil demand is holding up much stronger than expected, and we're expecting the impact to be relatively short-lived and less severe than earlier cases. So we're expecting strong oil demand growth for 2022. We do expect oil demand to be hit in the first quarter. Demand falls seasonally, but the restrictions to people, teleworking, less travels is going to impact oil demand. So we're seeing oil demand declining in the first quarter, but remaining robust for the year. So we revised upwards our revisions to oil demand for 2021 and 2022 by about 200,000 barrels a day since last month's report. And we're expecting growth now at 3.3 million barrels a day this year, which is robust in historical terms, and oil demand does recover to pre-COVID level this year.
Toril, how much fuel switching are we seeing, and to what extent has that driven your demand forecast increase? We obviously have been watching natural gas prices go through the roof in Asia and in Europe, so I'm wondering what effect that's having on oil demand.
Yeah, very good question. Oil, gas prices are obviously very high still globally. And we had increased our demand forecast a few months ago when we saw where gas prices were heading and how oil was being used in power generation. Now in Europe, we're seeing that oil is being the uptake for seasonal heating demand in Europe has been stronger than in earlier years. We think there's an extra 100,000 barrels a day. China, we're seeing also diesel used in power generations. What we are seeing now that in countries such as Brazil and in India, the coal shortages that we had and the problems with low hydroelectric outputs, those have been mostly resolved. So we're seeing less demand for oil for power generation in those countries. But we're definitely seeing a stronger uptick in oil demand used for heating in areas where oil is used for power generation, but also in the US Northeast where it's cold. So we are definitely seeing the high gas prices impacting oil demand in these areas. And that's part of the reasons why oil demand has been strong in the fourth quarter, and we're expecting it to hold up relatively strongly also in the start of the year.